And welcome back. We turn now to the tragic story of Samantha Josephson, who died as a student at the University of South Carolina. And now her parents have turned their grief and anguish into a campaign to make it safer for anyone who calls an Uber or a Lyft to get a ride home. College senior Samantha Josephson thought she was getting into the Uber ride she ordered after some late-night drinks with friends at the University of South Carolina in Columbia. It wasn't an Uber.
He spent a lot of time in search of a victim, and he found somebody that, was vulnerable and obviously confused on, what car was her Uber ride, and took advantage of that.
Drives off, and that's the last time that, we could see her on any kind of video.
The 20-year-old co-ed was found dead the next day, badly beaten. The driver of that car, Nathaniel Rowland, charged with first-degree murder.
He is pure evil. I pray that he feels Samantha's pain.
Do I tell you that I've contemplated suicide? Several times over the past 28 months.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Rowland was convicted and sentenced to life in prison. But since then, Marcy and Seymour Josephson have launched a campaign so that what happened to their daughter that night does not happen to anyone else.
If she said to the driver, what's my name, and he couldn't respond to it correctly, then she wouldn't get in the car.
Because with Samantha, she got into the car and the back safety locks were engaged. Once you're in the car, it's too late. So immediately we started the What's My Name Foundation.
There have been a series of television public service announcements.
Samantha was abducted and attacked and violently killed that evening.
The importance of sharing your location to friends and family to protect yourself is so important in this day and age.
Help us prevent another unimaginable tragedy.
What happened to Sammy should never happen again.
And at the graduation ceremony, where Samantha received her degree posthumously, the university president made the point.
Class of 2019, on the count of three, would you join me in repeating, what's my name? My name is Samantha Josephson, all together. 1, 2, 3. What's my name? My name is Samantha Josephson. Thank you, everybody.
But the Josephsons' campaign ran into politics when they took it to Washington, trying to get a law requiring electronic confirmation codes. The Josephsons say they found that Uber was working against it.
That is 100% true. They said yes, now they say no.
Their home district congressman, Republican Chris Smith of New Jersey, continues to push the bill.
Well, we got it passed in the House. We almost got it passed in the Senate, but we added it to a must-pass bill. And at the very end of the session, somebody at DOT, we're not exactly sure who, were able to put the kibosh on it, which was, I think, awful. It means that we do not have the protections in place right now. But we're not going to quit. We're right back trying to get this life-saving piece of legislation over the goal line.
And is Uber on board now?
Well, it's hard to say. After it passed the House, they changed the goalposts and tried to lobby for additional things. One of those revolves around the opt-in, opt-out provision. We say you're automatically part of this digital handshake, if you will, so that you know that this is your ride and the driver knows that this is my passenger. It also creates a permanent record. And then all of a sudden they said, well, we want it so that you have to opt in. So the individual users would be opting in. No, it's almost like seatbelts. You want it to be as automatic as possible unless you take the time to say, I want nothing to do with that. And why would anybody do that? This is ensuring a safer ride for everyone.
So bottom line, you are optimistic this bill can finally pass?
Oh, yes, I'm very optimistic. I read a lot of laws, particularly as it relates to human rights. They often take longer than a year or two. This should have taken a month or two, but we do have buy-in from both the Speaker, the Majority Leader. It is bipartisan, and the same thing goes over on the Senate side, where the top 4 people that run the U.S. House of Representatives are all supportive. The Josephsons have really changed the culture, which is making a difference. More people are aware of the risks associated, and after their loss, they are just the most heroic people, the most compassionate people I have ever met.
For now, Samantha's parents are pushing cities and towns, especially college towns, to put up the Sammy signs the foundation has created.
We called her Sammy. She always went by Sammy. So the stop, review all safety features. And then the A is for ask what's my name.
The signs are up now in the area of Columbia, South Carolina, where Samantha disappeared.
In a statement to Brian Ross Investigates, Uber told us that we believe technology can make travel safer. We look forward to working with legislators and stakeholders on solutions that promote continued innovation on safety. But the company did not say whether it supports the bill being pushed by the Josephsons and Congressman Smith that would require the 4-digit electronic code match to be mandatory, not voluntary. Coming up next, this week's winners and losers in the media. See if you agree with the choices made by the editors of Mediaite about the departing Saturday Night Live cast member, Beck Bennett. You're watching Brian Ross Investigates on the Law and Crime Trial Network.